or any goddamn salt shaker, table, coconut, anything come across this goddamn table and I go to jail, it's gonna be a problem.
Jackie Christie, the Basketball Wives star, has just found herself wrapped up in a scandal that's bigger than anything we've seen on TV. It's about to cost her $300 million and possibly her freedom. That's right. Jackie's lifestyle, her businesses, and her flashy image are all crumbling as she faces the consequences of some seriously shady moves. Let's see how Jackie Christie went from being a self-made mogul to facing a 10-year prison sentence.
And that's what we're trying to get to the bottom of.
You act like you just the queen of LA.
I am the queen. Oh, yes, I am.
Jackie Christie, known for her dramatic personality on Basketball Wives, always presented herself as a businesswoman who knew how to make money. She wasn't just a reality TV star. She built a name for herself as a fashion icon, entrepreneur, and author. She was the definition of get money, or at least that's what she wanted us to think. Jackie even claimed to own multi-million-dollar properties, launch businesses, and live a lifestyle that looked like something straight out of a luxury ad. But behind the scenes, things were far from perfect.
I said it and I meant it.
You always talking about going to jail, but behind the scenes, you always talking about lawyers.
And lawyers, you're right. Get that cleared up, or they assassinate your character.
For years, rumors swirled about her business practices. Some people questioned whether Jackie's wealth was all it seemed. Was she really the business mogul she portrayed herself to be? Or was she spending more money to keep up the illusion than actually building anything of substance? At first, most people dismissed these as just gossip. But then lawsuits started flying, and Jackie's financial world began to implode.
I don't want to be.
Can you and Evelyn ever make up?
That would be hard, Angela.
Because there's a lot of people on that show I never thought you would be cool with.
Yeah, but Evelyn, ooh.
It all started with a $300 million lawsuit. And let me tell you, this wasn't just any lawsuit. It's the kind of legal battle that makes headlines for all the wrong reasons. Investors began coming forward, claiming that Jackie had deceived them into investing millions of dollars into business ventures that were either non-existent or on the verge of collapse. The most shocking part? Some investors claimed that their money had literally disappeared.
So is your daughter assassinating your character? I'm confused.
You don't want to speak about my daughter.
This could really go left.
Imagine putting your hard-earned cash into a business venture, only to find out that not only did it fail, but the person who promised you big returns was living it up, buying luxury cars, designer clothes, and taking vacations that would make the average person jealous. That's exactly what's been coming out about Jackie Christie. She wasn't just spending money to run a business empire, she was spending it to maintain the illusion of success. And that's a major problem.
I told you once, take the dress off me. That's all I'm saying. Let's go somewhere else. I need my therapy. I need to call my husband.
The allegations against Jackie were serious, and it didn't take long before authorities got involved. What started as a series of civil lawsuits turned into a full-blown criminal investigation. The numbers didn't add up, and Jackie couldn't explain where all the missing funds had gone. What she thought would be a typical legal battle quickly spiraled into something much bigger and much worse.
She took it to another level. Like, I ain't never saw black like I saw black with her, meaning just anger.
But you
Black
did say
anger.
you wanted to stab her daughter, though.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Jackie Christie, who used to give out business advice on TV, suddenly found herself in court, defending her actions. It didn't take long for the courtroom drama to heat up, and when it did, the evidence was chilling. Fake business documents, fraudulent financial reports, and even emails showing Jackie misleading investors. Things were not looking good for her.
I mean, I've been through a lot.
She's allowed to be hurt. She's allowed to be.
I'm a little bit hurt.
And if she's hurt, she should express
Every
it.
time I turn around, somebody's saying some making me look like the crazy one. No.
One investor testified that Jackie personally reassured them that their investment was secure, even though she knew her business empire was collapsing. This was the moment when the public started questioning everything about Jackie's business dealings. Was she really the savvy businesswoman she made herself out to be? Or was she just a fraudster, living off of lies and deceit?
For me to get pushed to that level, it must have been some real with me. Don't with me and my kid.
Then came the bombshell. Bank records showed large sums of money being moved around in ways that didn't match her business accounts. It wasn't just a couple of shady transactions. It was a full-scale operation to cover up the truth. At that point, Jackie's fate seemed sealed. She had lied, cheated, and misled people into thinking she was building something real, all while secretly living the high life. All while secretly living the high life.
No.
She called her a builder whore.
Yeah, but then you said, and you say
I
you
told her
want,
I want to stab her.
you said, yeah. Oh, you say you want
And
to
then
stab
she
Evelyn?
went- Yeah, and she went and got a taser and all of that.
The courtroom became a battlefield. Jackie's defense team tried to argue that she was just a bad businesswoman who made poor financial decisions, but the prosecution wasn't buying it. They presented a mountain of evidence that painted Jackie as not just reckless, but as someone who had intentionally committed fraud. They revealed that Jackie had used her influence to persuade investors to pour money into failing ventures, while secretly funneling the cash into her personal luxuries.
See what I'm saying? That's why Brandy, that's why I didn't want to talk about it.
No. Let her have the moment.
It's emotional for me.
One by one, former business partners, employees, and even investors took the stand, revealing how Jackie had manipulated them for her own personal gain. The emotional toll on the victims was evident. Some had lost their life savings, others had lost retirement funds, and some even had to sell their homes just to make ends meet.
I brought you $20 home, and you better take this money, bitch. Anybody got a molly up in here? Anybody got a molly for this bitch? Let me find my $20.
The forensic accountants that testified were key to the prosecution's case. They uncovered every hidden transaction and showed that Jackie had been carefully orchestrating this fraud for years. It wasn't a mistake. It was a well-planned scheme to steal from innocent people. The trial dragged on for weeks, with Jackie's defense trying everything they could to save her. But the evidence was too overwhelming. It became harder and harder for Jackie to defend herself. As the jury deliberated, the pressure mounted. Finally, the moment arrived. The verdict.
Do I see tears?
It's happy. I want you to have a wonderful event. No.
Guilty, the judge said, and the courtroom went silent. Jackie's face went pale, but she stayed composed. Her defense team immediately promised to file an appeal, but the damage had already been done. Jackie Christie was now a convicted felon, facing not only $300 million in damages, but also possible prison time.
Sania, do you understand that it's so dangerous what this girl is sitting here doing right now?
But this is the thing with that, though, Jackie. You're going through a lot in your own personal
The fallout
life
from
with
the
your
trial
daughter.
was swift. Jackie's bank accounts were frozen, her luxury cars were seized, and her once lavish lifestyle disappeared overnight. The empire she spent years building was gone. Investors were left with nothing, and Jackie's reputation, which she had carefully crafted over the years, was in tatters.
Don't make me get up. Okay. I want to go over there and I want to take her life right now. It's all I can do not to.
But the legal troubles didn't stop there. Jackie was now facing criminal charges for wire fraud, securities fraud, and conspiracy. These were serious crimes, and prosecutors weren't letting her off the hook. They were determined to send a message. Even the rich and famous wouldn't escape punishment for financial crimes.
Which is why
But you don't come at nobody and say, don't you ever, because I'll turn this mother table over and kill her.
As Jackie's trial continued, things got worse. Her friends and business partners started abandoning her, and even some of her former supporters turned against her. The media, which had once loved her drama on Basketball Wives, now labeled her as a fraudster. The truth was out, and there was no going back.
There's nothing. And for this woman that is 51 years old.
I'm not 51, but
You're
thank
51.
you. No, I'm 61.
You have, oh, okay, so you're 61.
But the most painful part, the impact on Jackie's family. Her husband, Doug Christie, who had stood by her side through all the reality TV chaos and business ups and downs, was now facing the fallout from this scandal. He had always been quiet, reserved, and supportive. But the weight of this scandal was starting to take a toll on their relationship. Could Doug stand by her this time? Or was it the end of the road for their marriage?
What does Doug say about all of this to you, though? Like, does he watch sometimes?
No, he was so upset. He heard about it because, they tag him, and he was like, look, I'm really tiring of this BS.
Jackie's children, who had managed to keep a low profile throughout all of this, were now facing intense media scrutiny. Their lives were forever changed by their mother's legal troubles, and they were now part of a public media circus.
They're crazy and I have to use the restroom, and you look hilarious. I love it.
No.
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
This is not a joking matter.
With the guilty verdict in, the question on everyone's mind is what happens next for Jackie Christie. Will she face prison time for her crimes? And if she does, how much time will she serve? The prosecutors are pushing for a lengthy sentence, with some even suggesting she could face up to 10 years behind bars.
Okay, there's nothing.
And I feel like after we do this whole sob story, she know what she did at her party about go take care of your grandkids. I'm not falling for it, so you can if you want, but I refuse to play the game.
Let me finish saying what I'm saying.
But here's the kicker. Jackie's defense team is still fighting for her. They argue that while she made poor financial decisions, she didn't intend to commit fraud. They're pushing for a reduced sentence, claiming that Jackie was a victim of bad advice and poor judgment, not a criminal mastermind. Will the judge show mercy, or is Jackie's fate already sealed?
Where's the bathroom?
This is not a
Go to the
matter.
bathroom and I'm with it. Malaysia, I'm gonna tell you right now.
The $300 million lawsuit, combined with the criminal charges, has destroyed Jackie's career, her reputation, and her personal life. The once prominent reality star who lived a lavish lifestyle is now facing the harsh reality of what happens when you cross the line.
But then you want to do this whole, oh my God, let's have a ponderosa or a sisterhood. She ain't never been a sisterhood to nobody. She ain't never supported nobody here.
Keep lying. Everybody's lying.
So here's the big question. Does Jackie Christie deserve to go to prison? Was she truly the mastermind behind this fraud? Or is she just a victim of bad decisions and poor judgment? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Does she deserve a second chance? Or is this the end of her empire?
Okay, pinky promise. What is this to? To sisterhood, but if I think they like bucking, they buck, I'm a nut.
If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Celeb Titbits for more updates on this wild story. Like, share, and hit the bell to stay on top of the latest Hollywood gossip.